welcome or welcome back to Terra AF. So today we're going to look at what you don't see about yourself, your special, unique magic that you bring to everything you do and every person that you meet. So we've got 5 piles for you guys today. So if you've never been to a pick a card reading before, we've got pile 1, pile 2, pile 3, pile 4 and pile 5. You can take a moment to pause the video and have a feel for which one might be calling to you. And what I do is I post the times in the box below and I'll see you guys there for your reading. Hi there, pile 1. So let's get straight down to it. I don't know where I was going with that. Okay, let's keep going. Okay, so firstly, you have got the gem, the judge, and the mountain. And you've also got the dragonfly here. So with the gem and also the mountain, I really see that you are such a unique, beautiful individual with such a deep core, and you are just unique in every single way. And with the mountain here, like, some people really believe that it's the journey to the top of the mountain which is what you need to go for, like the peak, the summit and that kind of thing. But I really get this sense that you uplift people, and people want to kind of attain what you have, even though you might not necessarily see this gem inside you. And with the mountain as well, you know, inside the mountain, the mining, and that's where those rich gems come from, that is really the kind of the beauty behind them. And mountains have a lot of pressure as well, and really that's like the pressure of yourself, the pressure of going inward, and that self-discovery. That is the hardest journey that we can ever embark on. And really with the gem and the mountain, I'm really getting the sense that you might not feel like you're fully there yet, but other people can see that in you, that you have really done the hard work, looked within yourself, and are getting closer to finding your gem. They can all see it, and I really get that sense that people around you can just see how unique you are, and just, yeah, how brightly you shine. And sometimes when we're around so many other people, so many other voices, so many things, and, you know, we've got careers to focus on and all of those things, we can forget almost who we are at our core and our own individual light. We can kind of look at other people and be like, oh, I'd love to be what they are. But actually, it's like your fingerprint. You have your own unique insides, essentially. Obviously you have your own insides, but you know, you have your own beauty and your own kind of function within this world. It's kind of like destined, like underneath the stars sort of thing, that kind of starborn energy. But you just have this beautiful core. And with this judge as well, I really get the sense, I've got 2 things about this. I really get the sense that you judge yourself a lot, and potentially compared to other people, especially with this gem. And maybe with the mountain as well, you feel like other people are at their peak, or, you know, you feel like it's insurmountable to get to their position almost. But so I really feel like that judge is the judge of yourself. I don't feel like you judge others. I really feel like with this judge, what's really speaking to me is the lines here with the lines on the judge as well, like how they're basically the same, but they are the same pattern. But I get this feeling that you are just an advocate for the underdog. And you might see yourself as a bit of an underdog, and that maybe you don't have that same kind of that person backing you. So maybe that's why you do so with other people. But I just get this sense that you really stand up for what you believe in. And with the dragonfly as well, I see that you've got this really precise and sharp mind, and I feel like you can go a million miles per hour with your mind, and you can make like leaps and bounds before anyone else could even think of them. And the thing about the dragonfly is when they're out of balance, and like the judge, they can get exhausted, they can run out of steam, but also it can become critical of oneself. So I feel like that is the thing for you potentially, is that you almost put others before yourself, and actually others before your uniqueness. And maybe you see that within them and see that spark, but you just don't necessarily see that about yourself. But you know the way to find it, and that's looking inwards and doing that work. And other people can see that about you. they can see how beautiful you are. And like I said, you have this grounding and this gravitas, and you do lift other people up. And with this extended hand, I really just feel like you do give your all to other people, and almost give yourself, and maybe that gem, that kind of uncovered, or I want to say truth, but your uncovered beauty. I feel like you could almost give too much of that away to people. But let's get you some more cards as well. Let's get you some tarot cards for pile 1. So Spirit, what do pile 1 not see about themselves? Oh, I thought we were going to have a jumper there. So pile 1, Spirit, what don't they see about themselves? Yeah, I just see this. Oh, that is 3. Thank you. I thought there was about 5,000, and I was like, I'm not sure I can go through all of those. Okay, so we have got the 4 of Wands, we've got the 3 of Pentacles, and we've also got the Tower. So we've again got this mountain energy here with the 3 of Pentacles, this imagery. And I feel like teamwork is what you thrive in, potentially leading the team, but I get the sense that you are a team player and you will help anyone conquer their mountain, conquer getting to their core and kind of reaching their ultimate goal. And I feel like maybe you don't think that other people are there to support you in the same way, but I really think you lead with the sledge. Like, you're like, okay guys, get on the back of my sledge, we're gonna get there together and we're gonna charge that mountain. And I feel like you do that for everyone else, and they would willingly do that for you. But I don't feel like you potentially would ask, maybe. And with this 4 of Wands as well, I really get the sense that you are surrounded by people. You found your people, essentially. You found your the like-minded individuals who are your kind of, I said in another video, which maybe if you pick that pile you'll remember, but I said, you know, your hood, your sisterhood, your brotherhood, whichever hood you're in. I feel like you have found them, and you can celebrate all good things with them, and it feels like a triumph, and it is just that celebration of life and everything good. And I feel like you have found those people, and they are the people that help you do that grounding. But I feel it's in turn, it's give and take, and I really feel like you give a lot of your efforts to them in order to help them pursue their goals. But maybe, like I said, you potentially don't utilize their love for you to help enable you move forward. And then with the Tower here, we've got this we've almost got this like sudden shock. So I feel like you've almost had this kind of almost feeling like divine intervention. Something has completely rocked you to your core, and you've kind of been thrown out of your mind and potentially all the beliefs that you held before that point. And I really do feel like you've almost had to feel like you're building from the ground up. And it's this mountain, it's going within yourself, kind of, you know, the divine and also our mind don't want us to be constrained to kind of ideals which don't serve us, which don't serve our higher purpose. So sometimes this Tower moment can come in and kind of disrupt your life, and feels like everything has like, yeah, just crumbled around you essentially. And it really does feel like an upheaval, and you know, like it is like a lightning strike, just sudden and out of the blue. But really what the Tower is, it's the ability to then build yourself back up and really do that self-discovery and almost find that gem and kind of build your life around them. And maybe you feel like you're in this point where you've had this Tower moment, and everything you believe you feel like is just slipping away, but you have got the people around you, and also, yeah, you've got these like-minded souls, these kindred spirits who will help you, you know, refocus your mind and on the importance of, you know, showing the world the true you, the genuine you, and that beauty that is inside. Because I don't feel like you've almost worn your gem, like, you know, your heart on your sleeve, that kind of diamond in the rough energy. I don't feel like you've maybe maybe shown that to everyone. I feel like your nearest and dearest know and can see that in you, but I don't feel like you fully discovered maybe that within yourself. But if you do feel like you're in this kind of tower moment at the moment, and that, you know, everything feels like it is in this upheaval, then it is the time. Spirit is telling me that, you know, it is the time for you to kind of break out of those barriers and all those thoughts that you used to have, and kind of start afresh. But you've got the people around you, and just as you are a team player, they want to be on your team. They want to help you reach your mountain, that point. Oh, hello. Okay, so we've got two flies. So we have got friendship. I understand that a friend is in my life for a reason, again. So you've got these core friends around you, these people that want to help you, and they will. This friendship is in your life for a reason. Just like any relationship, people come into our lives for a purpose, and the people around you want to help you through this point. And blame, I accept responsibility for my well-being. So maybe it's this thing of, you know, if you feel like a bit of an underdog, because I feel like with the judge, you always speak out for those people. And maybe you do that self-criticism, maybe that's where that blame is. But it's kind of, you know, this tower moment, it's not a blame. It's not a blame game. You know, these tower moments happen to everyone at different points. And when we're ready to, when spirit knows that you are now ready to kind of rebuild yourself. And I think it's because you've got this really strong team behind. So there's no, like, what I'm trying to say when I spit it out eventually is that this blame, there is no one to blame. You know, you have everyone around you, and you have the resources to have your well-being intact. Essentially, spirit would not have brought in this tower moment unless you were ready. Even if you didn't feel ready, you are ready to conquer this, and ready to move on and kind of rebuild from the foundations. And maybe you feel like it's some choices that have got you to this point, but you know, everything happens for a reason. And this tower, like I said, it would happen either way. You know, the divine and spirit don't want us to stay in these like illusionary towers of things that we think are important to us. They want to knock that out, and sometimes, like I said, it is harsh, but they know that you can do it. So let's get you some advice as well moving forward. I just see this friendship around you, this light, and maybe you covet what your friends have, like they're in a gem and they're like, but actually it's all of your different gems together that build up this team, that build up this successful team that can do the work. So we've got birthing a new age, birthing new creations, dreaming a new world into being. We have Imrama, where are you being called to journey to? And also trust your path. If you knew you would be supported, what would you do? So again, this kind of birthing a new age, it's really this tower moment. It's your time to reimagine the world around you. And this, again, call and trust your path. It's just, you know, everything within you, I feel like at the moment, is calling you to go somewhere else, to do something else. And just know that you have these powerful connections behind you, whether it's your chosen family, your friends. They are there and they want to support you on your path. And it's almost this judgment call that I feel like you're hearing, this call to action beyond the present moment. And trust that inner light, trust your gem, and it will lead you to where you need to go. Like it said, if you knew you'd be supported, what would you do? You have that support network. And maybe that's what you don't see at the moment. Maybe you feel like you support a lot of other people, and I do see that with that judge, but they are there to support you just as much as you are them. It's a give and take relationship. And they do want to help. Spirit's saying, like, they do. They want to help you up this mountain. And it's this birthing a new age. It's like that magician card. You can create a new tower, and a new way of thinking about the world and seeing it. So pile 1, I'm going to leave that there for you guys. Just remember, you've got all of your friends around you. They love you, they support you, and they want to help you on your path, and you will get there. Spirit is very strongly telling me that. So pile 1, thank you so much for watching. If this helped or resonated, if you could give me a big thumbs up, that would be amazing. And if you'd like to see more videos like this, you can subscribe to my channel as well below. Hopefully I'll see you guys next time. Until then, I'm sending so much love. Bye. Hi there, pile 2, my power players. So let's get straight down to it. So firstly, with this butterfly, that's what I want to talk about first. I feel like you guys have gone through a major transformation at the moment. And with the butterfly, I can just see you in this cocoon, surrounded by friends and family, kind of nurturing you from the kind of sidelines, but really you're doing that work internally and really turning from that caterpillar into this beautiful butterfly. And I really feel like it's a new beginning, a new phase potentially that you are embarking on. And with the king over here, we've also got Anima Mundi and also the medallion. I can see that you are someone that really values legacy and also protection, and probably the protection of your family and that kind of tradition, especially with the medallion here. And with the king, I just feel like it's really giving me Lion King vibes. It's kind of like everything the light touches. I really feel like this transformation, maybe you feel like you've had to step up into your family legacy at the moment, or something along those lines, but I just see this need to step into this king archetype. Kind of, the king is really like the emperor in our tarot deck, you know, kind of taking over, bringing order and stability, but also being a channel for divine energy. And that's really what I get from Anima Mundi as well. So because this is really heavily linked to the world card as well. So I feel like there has been a completion of some phase. And it's almost this kind of soul searching and deep connection with the divine and kind of maybe your spirituality, but I just feel like you have potentially heard the call to your higher purpose, and you've been taking the time to really get yourself prepared and ready, and now it's time for you to step in. And with the king, it's almost checking over everything, checking over your emotional, physical, spiritual body, and assessing what needs to be done day to day. And again, with the butterfly, that's, you know, the way to get through to that energy is through day-to-day routine and planning. And I get this sense that you are constantly, maybe at the moment you might feel like you're a bit in survival mode, but really, I say that because I can kind of see this necessity to go from day to day, the kind of, I'm just going to take it as it comes, I'm going to listen to myself each and every day and just see where I am. But really, with these cards, you've got this powerful ability to see beyond the day to day. So at the moment, you might just be in that kind of routine mode, you know, really deeply connected to yourself and your needs, and also the needs of others around you. And maybe that's what you feel like, you're just kind of going through the motions. But I do see this ability to really harness this kind of higher calling, this higher vocation, as it were. And with the stability and order that you naturally bring, is to build upon that. So let's get you guys some more cards as well. Yeah, and the reason that I feel like it's this new dawn, this new beginning, is because of the king card, that kind of sunset behind. So we've got the 7 of Cups, we've also got the 8 of Swords, and let's get you, ooh, we've got the Son of Cups, and then we've got another one that just went down onto the floor, so let me just get that one. Okay, it's kind of, ooh, kind of right at the back behind the table. So let's see what we've got here. We've got Strength. Okay, so with the 7 of Cups here, I can really see that maybe emotionally, and with the medallion as well, that's really speaking to me, that you've potentially got these dreams and ambitions. And with the king, I can see that I feel like you are taking it one step at a time. And with these, sometimes our dreams can loom really large in front of us, and they almost cast a shadow over ourselves and kind of are almost day to day. So I feel like maybe at the moment you feel like you're just going through day to day, but you can see the bigger picture, and maybe they seem so unattainable at the moment. But with this Ace of Swords pointing towards this Anima Mundi, I really feel like you want to find a new way of thinking, maybe a new way of actualizing your dreams and making them a reality. And I really see that with the Ace of Swords, the truth of the matter is that you want to access this kind of world energy, this ability to really harness the divine and manifest that in your physical world. And you do have that power already. Spirit is literally telling me, like, it's there. It is literally there. And with this kind of infinity sign and the same colours as this Anima Mundi, like, I feel like you are already wrapped around that. You already have that way of thinking and seeing the world in a new way. And you just need to harness that. And I really feel like the way that you're going to do that is through this kind of Son of Cups energy, this kind of deep reflection and meditation of yourself, but also this kind of playfulness with life and giving to others and serving others. And with the King and also the medallion, I see that you do that already. And with this strength, this is this kind of internal like force, which is, it's not like an outward burst. Like, I'm getting real strong Lion King vibes. I feel like you've really had to step up into something that maybe you didn't feel like you were quite prepared for. But with this strength, you know, it's peace, it's reconciling the opposites within us. So maybe it's reconciling your mind that thinks that potentially, you know, you're not ready for this, you're not ready for this task, and also our internal energy of saying, oh, actually no, I am deeply connected, I am connected to the whole, I know what I need to do and where I need to go. And maybe it's that kind of reconciling of opposites. But you are already, like, you are this King energy and this Anima Mundi in one. Like, you do have the ability to do both. You know, the beauty of the King and also the Emperor in Tarot is that they create this order and stability, and it's linked to Aries, new beginnings, like the butterfly, because it's the first in the zodiac. And it's that spring, but also that spring allows creativity to bloom from there, so that divine spiritual energy to bloom. And I really feel like you have that. And yeah, I really get this kind of, maybe your dreams and ambitions are really deeply emotionally connected, and that's why it's harder for you to kind of, you know, it's harder for you to, maybe if it's not exactly what your legacy has in mind, maybe it's hard for you to let go. But I feel like you can have both, you can marry them both together. So you've got acceptance. I am learning to accept the things I cannot change. So yeah, so maybe with these energies here, you know, maybe if you do feel like you've had to really quickly evolve and adapt, maybe before you were ready, kind of that whatever's pushed you towards this, whatever it is, whether, you know, it's losing a guide or a loved one or something like that, or, you know, whether it's just you've just had to take on more responsibility than you were prepared for, you know, we can't change that now. You know, that is something that has happened, but it's just how we react to this change, and it kind of the acceptance of the past and where it's led us to. It's led us to this point, and this, we can learn in this moment now from our past, and with help from spirit and our inner guidance, which you have in abundance, we can really heal and try and move past that. So Spirit, what additional advice do you have for our lovely people of pile 2? But if you don't feel like, oh, all over the floor again, this is me, absolutely me. But if you don't feel like you are at this transformation stage yet, or you feel like you're coming up to it, it's not something to be fearful of. You have got all this power within you. Okay, so we've got the Great Gathering, it's all coming together, intuitive hits, soul tribe. So again, it's this kind of world energy, you know, everything is coming to this natural wholeness and that feeling of whole. And we don't need to skip ahead. We don't need to skip ahead into that fall, that new beginning, that new journey forward. We can sit in this wholeness. We are always looking for the next challenge, the next obstacle, the next thing we need or want or thing to achieve. And actually sometimes sitting in this feeling of wholeness, which we rarely experience, and kind of really tapping into that king energy of kind of, you know, order, that brings this kind of intuitive hit, and then you know that you're making the right step forward. We've also got starseed, so what lights you up? So again, what is calling to you? What is this thing, like, despite potentially maybe what you feel like you need to do, what is actually calling you? Like, what I meant by that is what do you feel like you're being pressured potentially into doing by external forces, whereas what do you actually feel like in your soul that you need to move forward and do? Break the chain, ancestral patterns, healing, rewriting the future. So yeah, maybe it's this acceptance of the past is the past, what other people have done and achieved. That is not necessarily your past, your path, sorry, not your past, that was the past. But I really do feel like it's this harnessing this strength in order to move forward and break out of that pattern, maybe of what you were told you could achieve or do, but you know inside you, and something is stirring up and saying, no, I can channel with this king energy, this divine power, and transform and change my circumstances. And maybe that cocoon like was around, maybe that was everything that was holding you in, your ancestral patterns, everyone around you, but you can break free from that. And I feel like that's what Spirit wants to say. And the age of light, you've been training for this for lifetimes. So again, linking to the ancestral pattern, so you know, maybe it's not necessarily your ancestors, but maybe it's your kind of the reincarnations that you've gone through your soul. You know, every single challenge, you know, that you have gone through in other lifetimes have led you to this lifetime, and this ability to break that chain and bring this new light energy to you. And I really feel like this Anima Monday, I can't speak today, sorry, this has been what your soul, I feel like you've built yourself up to this king energy, and you're ready to harness it and move that forward. So pile 2, I am going to leave that there for you guys. So follow your inner spark. You've been brought here for this purpose, for this moment. And again, it is all coming together. You will come out of this cocoon and you will begin this transformation and this new journey. So pile 2, I really hope to see you guys soon. If you like this video, please do give it a big thumbs up, and you can subscribe to my channel if you'd like to see more like this. I really hope to see you guys again soon. Until then, I'm sending so much love. Bye. Hi there, pile 3. So let's get straight down to it. So firstly, you are being represented by the self, the lover, the womb, and also Scorpion here. So I love in all of these images that there is this pearl at the centre of them. And I really feel like it is, well, firstly, I really like the fact that it's at the heart chakra, at the throat chakra, and almost at this kind of like, it's kind of solar plexus, almost root chakra here in the womb. But I just think that you are one of these like precious stones that and gems that can just see the world in a different perspective from everyone else. And with the Scorpion, I really get this kind of wild and free personality, who is very passionate and very fiery, but fun as well. But I just think that you can hold and birth whatever you want. And with the self, I really see your ability to kind of compartmentalize your life almost, and it's kind of like all the ingredients in your life, your career, your friends, your family, your chosen family, love, everything that kind of is around you builds up that picture of yourself. And I feel like you can bring them together. And you may not feel like this, but you know, with life, you know, we feel like we are balancing like 10 million plates and everything, but I feel like you have that under control. You know who you are at your core, you know your kind of true purpose, and you can juggle everything. You know, everything is just a kind of a little bit that makes up you, and you can, and together with balance and harmony, that is, you know, your world. And with the Lover here as well, I get the feeling that you see beauty in everything. You know, I feel like you appreciate, or if you don't, then I think you have this unique way, and people love this about you, this unique way of looking at the world, and almost finding joy and glee in it, and just, even if something, you know, shakes you, or that kind of thing, or a plate falls and that kind of thing, I think you see almost the higher purpose and the love in it. And I feel like you really do have those people around you that do love you too, and I feel like you can see beauty within them and their true selves, and kind of their spectrum of who they are. And with this room, I really get this kind of Empress energy, that you can create and birth new ideas and really make them a reality, because you have this unique ability to harness yourself, harness all the parts of you and your love for the world and everything surrounding you, and that kind of ingredients, that recipe brings out your, I think, your almost like divine intuition and your drive and willpower to create. And I really get this sense that you are that, you are a creator, whether it's, you know, in business or as an artist. I just see that, or, you know, literally as, you know, in parenthood, that kind of thing. I feel like there is that need to kind of make your mark on the world, and you are definitely someone that can bring their almost pearl energy to everything. And yeah, with this Scorpion, I really get the sense that you have this fiery personality that people want to be around, but I feel it's almost that determination, like moving towards your goal. And I feel like you almost, people always don't want to get too close to you when you're on your path towards something, and you're in this moment of kind of bringing about a new kind of creative pursuit or whatever, because you are quite fiery and you've got that kind of sting in your tail. But I really just feel like it's this knowing of self. That's really what I'm getting, that kind of, yeah, that deep knowing your purpose and how you fit into the world around you. And you know, we're asking what you don't see about yourself. So potentially you don't see yourself as this kind of this cook presiding over everything that you do, and maybe you feel like you are just kind of in the swarm of it, like, you know, just trying to keep your head above water. But actually you have this unique perspective, and you are this kind of master culinary genius that can bring everything together. So we've got the Mother of Cups, and the Mother of Cups again is this deep intuitive energy, but it's also this elegant creator, and this healing energy, and it's also the Lover card. So again, I just see this like deep emotional love for the world around you, and yeah, and almost the need to kind of bring that out in others. I'm really getting that kind of mother from that womb as well. So, but like more just like helping heal the world and bringing that out in other people. There's too many there, so I'm going to put them all back and start again, and there's too many there again. We've also got the Five of Cups. So again, I really feel like maybe you've got water placements, or maybe your life is just kind of led by your emotions, by this love of the world. So maybe sometimes, and at the moment, you might feel a bit out of balance. I'm being called to pick this card. Okay, the Hermit. So yeah, with the Five of Cups, maybe there's sometimes this kind of loss in pleasure. in the world around you, and maybe you can't quite see the beauty. And with the Scorpion as well, this energy, sometimes the Scorpion, if there's unresolved issues or something from the past that needs healing, that's when the sting in the tail can come out, and that's almost when it gets too much and they lash out, sort of thing. But because they sit on that emotion, they sit on that fiery energy, and it's almost like, I feel like sometimes looking back on the past for you, and maybe if you haven't reconciled or you haven't properly grieved and healed that can really be brought back up to you. So sometimes you might get thrown into your past and into that energy space. But with the Hermit as well, it's again this internal flame, this light that you bring, and this unique perspective. And I feel like you know your place in the whole, in the picture, but also I feel like you have this ability to really look internally and almost kind of isolate yourself from others, but in order to hear your own kind of tune, your own voice. And sometimes with the self, when we split ourselves so many ways, we can kind of neglect our inner light, what our kind of intuition is telling us, because we distract ourselves with too much. And I feel like this Hermit and also this Five of Cups and also the Mother of Cups is really telling me that you might need to do this more often. You know, you do play a big part in the people around you, in their lives, and the bigger part in the kind of jigsaw of the universe and the world. But we've got to fill our own cups up as well in order to be of service to other people. And with this Hermit, I really get this strong sense that people are drawn to you, are drawn to your light, and sometimes we might dim our light to kind of fit in, you know. But I just see there might be some past healing that might need to be reconciled, but I do at the core of it see that you see the light and the love in the world, and that's what moves you forward. And I feel like you've just got an abundance of ideas and things you want to bring into reality. And maybe that's where this comes from. Maybe it's you followed your inner spark, but it hasn't panned out the way that you'd hoped. But it will. With this Scorpion as well, you have this fire, you have this drive, and like I said, you have that innate ability to bring all the ingredients together to succeed. So let's get you some more cards as well. But, you know, we have to release the past and the energy of our past and heal that before we can really step into our power, into that light. But I feel like you are doing that. I'm gonna leave all of these actually on the table. So we've got perseverance. I know that I can do whatever I set my mind to. So again, like you've got this womb energy, this ability just to create what you want. We've got denial. I acknowledge my fear, but I replace it with the insight of awareness. So again, maybe this Five of Cups is the fear, kind of things haven't panned out in the past, but we then can't deny our feelings of what we know we want to bring about and that perseverance within us. But yeah, we can acknowledge the fear, and we can acknowledge why we procrastinate or why we put things off. And that is awareness. That is the inner awareness. You accept that part of yourself. Okay, I'm delaying myself because I'm fearful. I'm fearful of rejection. I'm fearful that I'm not going to get there. But actually, once we've made that awareness within ourselves, it's then easier to have that conversation and be like, okay, so what are we going to do about it? And then we've also got growth. I want to expand my consciousness and my awareness. Again, I feel like that is within all of these cards too, you know, this self, like really bringing more parts to the spectrum and the color of your life. I feel like you are constantly doing that. And yeah, and I feel like you do, maybe with this Mother of Cups, you are this really deeply intuitive person, and you just want to continue that. You want to continue building upon that. But like we said, you know, we can't deny what's happened in the past. We've got to accept that and heal that first before we can grow. But I feel like you are there. I feel like you know, or if you don't know, you do have the capability, you do have that unique perspective. We've got don't dim to fit in. What did I say? I literally said those words. I love these. How are you dimming your light in order to fit in? So are you spreading yourself too thinly? Do you feel like you are just in that pot swirling around? But you're not. You are the cook. You can make whatever broth you want. You can, you know, you can make burgers and chips, whatever. Like, you can do it. Just follow that light, that pearl that you've got in all of these. Keepers of the earth, you are not alone. Ancient ancestors stand beside you. So again, with this Five of Cups, that is loss, and it can, you know, mean kind of death, maybe of family members or something like that. Maybe that's what you're feeling at the moment, that kind of, that loss. And, you know, I said, you know, we can't deny what's happened. I'm sure you have accepted that that person is no longer there. If this doesn't resonate for you, then I will tell you what else is coming from spirit. But if this is you, and you have lost someone, you know, and you want to persevere, you want to keep going in order for their sake, you know, those scars that they have left on you and your soul, they will always stay with you. You're not just going to get rid of them. Anything that we go through, anything in our past, we carry with us into the next stage. And yeah, they do stand beside you. They want to see you succeed, and they will be holding your hand through that way. And yeah, and if you haven't lost someone and that's not it, then, you know, it is this thing where every single person that we meet brings us to this moment. So, you know, everyone in your life, everyone that has gone before you, you know, from your previous lives, and all of this thing has led you to this point, and you can harness that energy. Every lesson that you've learned from your prior experience can help you move forward. And everyone, all your guides, all your spirits, you know, they're there to see you succeed. Let's get you another one from this deck. Another piece of advice for my lovely friends of pile 3, please, Spirit. No, don't want to play. We don't want to play ball. Okay, I'm gonna just split the deck and take you. So double mission, channeling and uplifting humanity. So again, like we've said, you do have this unique perspective, and I feel like people are drawn to you, and I feel like you do uplift people, and you can channel that energy into anything that you want to do. With this Mother of Cups, you have this deep intuitive spark and this ability to look internally. But also with the Hermit, you know, once you burn your light bright and you know your deep purpose, you know, the divine want to come and help you and reach your mission, but also the people around you, that attracts them. But don't dim to fit in. You know, maybe you feel like in order to uplift you have to, you know, give too much of yourself away, but that is not the case. You can do both. It's give and take. And yeah, I really think you guys, you have this power, and maybe you don't see it. Maybe you don't see that you can bring anything you want around it, but you have this unique spark within you. And spirit and your guides just want you to know that you are not alone in this endeavor, even if you don't feel like you fully have the support of people around you, or you feel like the one that is giving too much of yourself. You know, work on you, work on your power and your light, and the right people will flock, and also you will be a greater service to others in that way. So pile 3, I'm going to leave you guys here today. Thank you so much for watching. I hope it resonated. If it did, I'd love it if you guys could give this video a big thumbs up. And if you'd like to see more, you can subscribe to my channel below too. I really hope to see you guys again soon. Until then, I'm sending so much love. Bye. Hi, my glorious friends of pile 4. So let's get straight down into your reading. So I know this reading is about what you don't see about yourself, but I feel like there is no way at the moment that you cannot see what you are going through. You just might not be able to, maybe you don't understand why it's happening, or maybe you just don't see the way out quite yet. So we've got the Storm, we've got the Destroyer, we've got the Shadow, and we've also got the Dolphin. So let's talk about these three cards first. So we've got the Storm here. So this is really like the Tower moment of the tarot. I feel like everything around you could be feeling like it's been destroyed, and maybe you feel like there's that loss of control there, that breaking down of everything you knew. And it doesn't matter what age you are, where you were in your career, in your life, where you know, personally were, your wisdom, anything, you know, this moment has come, and it feels like you are just in the heart of the storm at the moment, and everything you know feels like it is being destroyed. And I feel like Spirit is really telling me that this has come out of this shadow. The shadow is that aspect of ourselves. So if you ask yourself a question and you're like, okay, what do I not want to confront? That is the first thing that really comes to your mind, kind of that part of yourself which you deny and you don't want to look at. But really, when we get close to the light, the greater our shadow is, and the greater we can understand our shadow. And that is really going to the heart of you. And to seek shelter in this storm, it's really about going inwards. And with the destroyer, it goes hand in hand. When we destroy something, we can then create, and a new energy, a new life is born out of that. You know, energy can't be destroyed, but it's kind of destroying the energy around us, as it were, like dispelling it elsewhere, and kind of moving it out, that allows new energy to pour in. And with this shadow self, I really feel like maybe you're in this moment where you have to confront deep desires and deep things within you that maybe you have denied. And it doesn't have to be dark aspects. It can, you know, it doesn't have to be, you know, your deepest, darkest dreams and desires, whatever. It's just, it's the things that you've been denying yourself, and you know actively that you have, and you'll know those things. I don't need to list off, you know, what they could be. I feel like you'll know, and hopefully it is resonating, and hopefully you do feel inside, whilst I'm talking, that you know what that is. But really, you've got this dolphin energy here, and it may feel like you are going through all of this, but Spirit wants me to tell you that it is for a higher purpose. And it's because you have this dolphin energy. It's because really you are a spiritual healer. You bring so much light, and you are such a big part of the whole and of the karmic cycle. And everyone that you come into contact with, and you affect their lives in brilliant and mysterious and wondrous ways. And you just have this natural ability to heal people, and also heal yourself, and follow that inner guidance. And maybe what the storm and that kind of tower moment, that destroyer, is bringing about is maybe you denying this part of yourself, denying that maybe you didn't feel like you could be that person, that light for other people, but you absolutely are. This dolphin energy is so unique, and you're just a remarkable person. And you know, with the shadow hand in hand with this dolphin energy, I feel like you have probably been denying you're in a dolphin. Maybe you've been going down a path that you thought was right, that you thought you were going to be able to help people in a way or whatever, but maybe actually the further you went down that path, you realised. And the storm and the destroyer here, just to, it can feel brutal and like completely like the world is swallowing you, and all of this stuff. I'm not denying that it is hard to go through, so you take your time through it, but there are people who want to be around your energy that will help you through this point, and you'll feel like your natural self when you do. But it is confronting these questions within us, what we deny ourselves, and what we fear to kind of allow ourselves to do. So let's get you guys some more cards. So Spirit, my lovely friends of pile 4, what else don't they see about themselves, Spirit? But like I said, I'm pretty sure you guys know that you're going through this energy of the destroyer at the moment. So we've got Judgment, we have got, we've got loads of cards. Well, we've got 4, that's not loads, I know that's about right. We've got the Moon, we have the Ace of Swords, and we also have the 10 of Pentacles. So with these cards, we've got this Judgment, which this higher calling, this higher call to action is coming to you. And I really feel like this light is coming from this destroyer, this kind of moment of breakdown. And it's, Spirit is saying that it's breaking down your box and your boundaries of what you thought was possible, your conception of the world, so that you can fulfill your higher purpose, so you can tap into that energy, that dolphin energy. And with the Moon, this is a deep journey into ourselves, into our subconscious mind, like the shadow is, confronting those really deep fears and anxieties. And it takes time, it's not going to happen overnight, and you do need help to access them, because they are darker aspects of yourself, especially the fears and anxieties, all the illusions that we kind of have about ourselves. You know, they do take a long time, and when we're journeying to that part, you know, it's hard to tell between a friend and a foe, and all of those different things, like in that moonlight, in that kind of dark space. But you will, and I really feel like you will have other people around you who, with this 10 of Pentacles as well, you will have this really strong foundation and this wealth of support. But also, once you do this, you'll have this new way of thinking, this Ace of Swords moment, this kind of, this triumph of will, and this ability to see a new way. And with the storm, with this lightning, and the lightning coming to this Ace of Swords, it's literally like they are breaking you down to this point so that you can see a new way, a new path for yourself, potentially, that you might have denied yourself. And from it is going to be this 10 of Pentacles, is going to be this security, this wealth, this legacy, this friendship, and this fulfillment, essentially. And it is about answering this call and confronting the darker aspects that will allow this new way to come about to you. But you will have people around you. And with this 10 of Pentacles and the dolphin, it is literally like you are the centre. You are the centre for, I feel like, other people, and also bringing this energy to yourself by accessing your inner healer and your inner light. It is almost like that hermit, but like Judgment and Spirit literally are called, well, Judgment through Spirit is literally saying, you know, this has a purpose. This has a purpose to shake up what you were confining yourself to. And if you don't feel like you are there yet, then, you know, I feel like it's potentially on its way. One's turned round, 2 have turned round, 3 have turned round, and I'm going to use them because I think they turned around whilst I was shuffling. So we've got Courage. I find the inner strength to face fear with confidence. Blame. I accept responsibility for my well-being and happiness. I am aware that being happy means that I am on the right path. So the Courage card. So through all of this, through the Moon and the shadow, confronting those sides, like I said, it's going to take time. It takes a huge amount of willpower and courage and determination to go to those spaces. And like I said, you will need people around you. And with the Blame, you know, with this storm energy and this destroyer, it feels like you might be in that situation where you might blame choices that you've made that have led you up to this point, or you might blame Spirit and being like, I'm not ready for this. But they would not have brought this around if you had not been ready. And this blame, you know, it's really calling to kind of accept that this has happened for a reason, and you are ready to face this. And with this happiness, I love how the dolphins are here along with this dolphin as well. But I'm aware that being happy means that I am on the right path. And I really feel like with this shadow, it's not really the dark side of yourself that you've been denying. It's your dreams that you've been denying yourself, the things that would make you happy potentially, that aspect of yourself which you've kind of moved away and you've said, okay, no, I'm not allowed to do that. That is not something I can do. That is your right path. And and they might make you fearful and anxious like the moon, because by saying that you want to achieve them, that's then putting you on that path, and then you feel like you have to be measured against that path. But really, that is where you're going to find your happiness, and that is where you're going to serve other people as well, and really lead through that, and lead through your kind of deep connection to yourself, that spirituality and that instinct that you've got. Let's get you guys some more cards too. But yeah, I really feel like Spirit is saying, like, don't blame yourself for this storm. Don't blame yourself for this call to kind of action from Spirit. Like, that is not on you. That they've given this to you because they know you are ready now. So we've got Lemuria, creating heaven on earth. It's happening. So again, you know, it's that energy of creating after the destroyer, creating, and you will create that for yourself in this reality with this Ten of Pentacles. Like, the Ten of Pentacles is the card you want for contentment and satisfaction, and that is coming your way. And I really feel like that is when you are on your right path. And we've got share your voice, come out of the cave, persecution, expression. So again, expressing your deep desires, and that's the shadow, sharing that inner voice, those inner things that you want to achieve. And like I said, that path, the path that you might be denying yourself, that you feel like you have to be measured by, you know, the first step to being on that path is accepting that that's where you want to go. And it's that hermit energy. We are where we're going. You are where you set your first foot forward. And with Unbound, releasing soul patterns, contracts, and past lives. Again, releasing the pattern of your soul of denying yourself, and almost blaming yourself that you potentially haven't got to this path before. But you know, you don't have a contract to live out. You know, Spirit wants you to follow your path, and really I feel like the soul pattern and the contract is more like what you thought you could achieve, and maybe that's from past life, or maybe that's just from your past life, your living experiences, what you've done in the past, and maybe that's what you felt like was your box that you could do. But by releasing yourself and almost rising to this higher level of consciousness, that is when you're going to feel unbound, and is when you will share your voice and create everything that you are supposed to in your reality. So part 4, I'm going to leave that there for you guys today. If you feel like it resonated and the advice was helpful, I'd love it if you guys could give this video a big thumbs up. You can subscribe as well to my channel to see more videos like this. And I really hope to see you guys soon. Until next time, hopefully I'll see you there. I'm sending so much love. Bye! Hi there, my glorious friends of Pile 5. So let's get straight down to it. So firstly, you guys are being represented by the healer, the apocalypsis. Got that word out eventually. And the poet, and also the octopus here. So what I see is that you guys have this deep engagement with yourselves, the world, and ultimately the divine as well. And with this octopus energy, I feel like you are always inclined to know more, to broaden your horizons, to engage with everyone, and bringing around then healing and awareness to others. And with this apocalypsis, you really want to unmask and unveil the truth behind things. And you might not feel like that is your purpose, or because we are asking, you know, what you don't see about yourselves, but I really think you have this innate ability to see the world in different ways, and like I said, uncover those hidden truths, and the things that people don't necessarily want to see. I feel like you almost whistleblow on those kind of things. Like, you can just you just have this way of bringing it around. And also with this healer energy, I just think you have the ability, I feel like you are a light worker. Like, you unveil, you go to these darkest places to unveil the truth in the deepest corners of, you know, humanity, the mind, the universe, and you just manage to bring them back and, you know, draw awareness to them, because the first thing about healing is finding them and finding that and having awareness of those scars and just, yes, shedding light on them. And with the poet as well, I think you have this unique ability to bring that forward, bring that into life, into creativity, and sharing what you have learned with others. And, you know, sometimes it can feel like we are before our time a bit, you know, we're not always found in our time, this kind of poet energy. But yeah, the light that you bring back and the way that you want to heal the world from these deep scars is really apparent. And you know, if you don't see this about yourself, I feel like everyone around you, with these like crows in the background, I think everyone can see that light, can see what you bring back, and maybe they are just denying this apocalypse within themselves. They're not ready to kind of unveil themselves to the truth. But well, maybe you don't feel like you are either, but Spirit wants me to tell you that you do have this ability. You have this ability to bring out these dark aspects and flood new light into them and bring them to the world in a way that you can engage and bring them with your heart. Like with the octopus, you know, I always think 8 hearts. I just feel like you've got so many different ways and unique perspectives of bringing that back to people and raising their awareness as well. But really, I just see this deep longing to know, deep longing to break boundaries and engage with others, engage with the world. I feel like you have such an inquisitive mind, and it's all coming from this place of love and wanting to just find truth. I feel like you're like an alethiometer, like in Dark Materials, like you're literally just trying to get that. So we've got the Ace of Cups as well. So we're just getting some more cards for you guys. And really the Eight of Cups, that's Spirit telling me not to talk. We've got the 9 of Cups. Okay, so I feel like you guys are going on an emotional journey at the moment, and maybe it is to this kind of this center of trying to heal and heal the world. So yeah, we've got 8 of Cups, 9 of Cups, and then we'll get one more card. Oh, that was about 5 about to come out. Okay, okay, we've got quite a few here. Okay, so we've got the Son of Swords in reverse. We've then got the 10 of Cups. So we've got a lot of cups here, and we've got the Daughter of Swords. So with these cards, I really feel like, again, you have gone on an emotional journey, and I feel like it's an emotional journey to the core, but you've essentially felt like you've had to abandon what you'd achieved up until this point. Maybe it was the path that you were on, you know, the career, whatever it was. I feel like you feel like in order to gain a new level of understanding and to be of service to others like you are, you had to walk away from something, from someone, some path that you were on. And Spirit wants me to tell you that you are not going against your intuition here. With the Son of Wands reversed, maybe you feel like you are not being faithful to those around you or the path that you had and that kind of thing. And I do see this kind of, with the 9 of Cups there, I can see it in 2 ways. I can see maybe you think that if you'd kept with this path, that, you know, you would find fulfillment and you would do that, but actually you'd be denying your inner spark, that inner light within you that is calling you to do something else. And actually, with the 9 of Cups and the 10 of Cups, it's really telling me that you are going to have all of that. You are going to have fulfillment on this new path. And this is really the wish card. Anything that you want to have will come true. And with this 10 of Cups, you will have that ability to heal others. You'll have your full heart, and you will have that contentment in your friendships and your relationships, and that connectivity will be there to others. And with the Daughter of Swords, you are going to examine and find new ways of thinking and challenge yourself and others, and really bring that about to people, and in a way that is engaging, and people pour their love into you and to what you are doing. I really get the sense that you are a light worker, that, you know, you find light in dark places and you uncover the truth for other people. And with this Daughter of Swords, that is examining the world, it is examining the constraints that we are potentially in, but you will find emotional abundance in this path, and you will find a close-knit group of family, of like, and yes, this Eight of Cups, maybe that's where you feel like you currently are. Maybe you don't feel like you have achieved all of this stuff like the apocalypse, and maybe you don't feel like you have achieved that part of it yet, but you are going to be there by knowing in your heart, if you know that you need to let something go. Once you do let that go, that new energy can pour forth, and it is almost going towards like the new path, that new moon, like that deep subconscious journey. You don't know quite where it's going to take you, but you know by taking that first step forward that you will get there eventually. So we've got surrender. I can release my need to control. And we've also got blame. I accept responsibility for my well-being. So the blame cards come up a lot today. And with the surrender, it's really like, for you guys, I think maybe this abandonment of something that you've had to leave behind, or you feel like you do need to, once you surrender to that and you release that need to control it, and also that need to be in that situation, and almost that holding on, that clinging, once you surrender that, you know, that's not blaming you, that's not a reason to blame if you've had to let someone down or something down. That's not cause for blame. That is actually just taking responsibility for your emotional well-being. You know the path that you are being called to, and Spirit acknowledges that letting it go is really tough, but you should not blame yourself for that. It's for your deep well-being. You know where you are supposed to be going, and it's necessary because it is going to bring around this contentment. So we've also got Starseed, what lights you up. So again, it's that bringing light to new places. What do you know yourself to deliver? What are you delivering? What is your higher purpose here? We've also got leap. You go first, the universe will catch up. Again, it's that Ace of Cups energy. As soon as you start leaving what you feel is constraining you behind, and you start unveiling these truths within you, and whether it's wider spaces as well, the Spirit will catch up with you, because they'll know, okay, that is the path pile 5 want to go on and explore. We are here. And it's like that Fool taking that new step into that new beginning. And that brings that healing energy, and it also brings that enlightenment to the world. And we've also got yes. Just say yes. Which, yeah, with that Eight of Cups, say yes to releasing that. Say yes to the new path. And it will bring around that 10 of Cups, that complete emotional stability, fulfillment, and family and friends and chosen family all together supporting you. And I definitely get the sense that you are a light worker, and maybe you don't see yourself as that at this moment, but you can, and say yes to that path. If it is calling to you and it lights you up in that way, take that leap of faith towards it. So pile 5, I'm going to leave that there for you guys today. If it resonated and you enjoyed watching the video, I'd love it if you guys give me a thumbs up, and also subscribe to my channel if you like this video and you'd like to see more. I really hope to see you guys again soon, and I'm sending so much love until that point. Bye!